Hello, space explorers! Are you prepared to go on a voyage to the moon? With NASA preparing to construct the first ever lunar base, the anticipation is over the roof. Scientists and space enthusiasts alike are fascinated by the idea of establishing a permanent presence on the moon as humankind pushes the limits of space exploration. Not only would establishing a lunar base allow for more solar system exploration, but it would also create new prospects for scientific study, resource exploitation, and even tourism. And now, after years of preparation and planning, NASA is ready to turn this goal into a reality. Let's explore the cutting-edge technology and lofty objectives that will enable NASA to construct the first moon base, and have a deeper look at how they want to accomplish this goal. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Door to the Universe, the channel where we keep you updated on all the latest space news. So, the first question that hits everyone's minds must be, why is the moon the ideal destination for a human base? We know that humans have long been fascinated by the moon, and in recent years, it has emerged as a top location for space exploration. The moon is the perfect place for a human base, despite Mars frequently being mentioned as the next major human target. The moon is first and foremost accessible and easy to supply with resources because of its proximity to Earth. Mars is just around 140 million miles from Earth, whereas the moon is only about 238,855 miles. Due to its close vicinity to Earth, the moon is a more practical place for a human base since it requires less time and fuel to go there and back. The environment of the moon is another significant benefit. The moon has no atmosphere and a mild magnetic field, in contrast to Mars, which has neither an atmosphere nor a magnetic field. This implies that it is considerably simpler to construct on the moon buildings and machinery that can resist the severe conditions of space. It is also simpler to launch rockets and other spacecraft from the moon's surface since there's no air resistance due to the absence of an atmosphere. In addition, the moon is rich in resources that may support a human base. To sum it up, the moon could be the only ideal place for a human base due to a variety of factors, including its closeness to Earth, its environment, its wealth of resources, and its scientific and cultural importance. Today, a dream is coming true because of NASA's effort. NASA has been working non-stop in recent years to create a viable lunar station that would act as a stepping stone for more space research and discoveries. The idea of exploiting the moon's resources to support human existence is at the center of NASA's ambition for a long-lasting moon base. This covers a wide range of activities, from drawing water from the lunar surface to creating oxygen from the moon's atmosphere. The hostile lunar environment has been one of NASA's biggest obstacles in building a long-term moon outpost. Extreme temperature swings, radiation exposure, and micrometeoroid impacts are all hazards to human existence on the moon's surface. In order to overcome these obstacles, NASA has created a variety of cutting-edge technologies, including radiation shielding materials, sophisticated life support systems, and autonomous robots that can assist in the construction and upkeep of lunar colonization. Collaboration with international partners is also a key component of NASA's plan. To collaborate on the creation of the moon base, NASA has already inked agreements with a number of nations, including Canada, Japan, and the European Space Agency. This cooperation is essential because it will enable NASA to use the knowledge and resources of its partners to accomplish its objectives more quickly and successfully. Moreover, it will contribute to ensuring that the moon base is a genuinely multinational endeavor, reflecting humanity's aspirations to explore and comprehend the cosmos. To achieve their aim of establishing a permanent human presence on the moon, the Artemis program is NASA's latest initiative. The program is named after the sister of the sun god Apollo, the Greek goddess of the moon. Building a long-lasting lunar infrastructure being the ultimate goal of this enormous project might pave the way for future human exploration of Mars and other planets. Since the Apollo period, the Artemis program has been the largest human space exploration effort, and it is anticipated to open up a wide range of chances for scientific study and technical development. The Orion spacecraft, which will also carry men to and from the moon, and the Space Launch System, or SLS rocket, will be used to construct the lunar gateway in orbit. The Human Landing System, or HLS, which will carry people from the lunar gateway to the lunar surface, is another crucial part of the Artemis program. The HLS will include an ascent stage and a descent stage that will take the astronauts back to the lunar gateway and the Earth's surface, respectively. The initial flights are anticipated to employ privately produced landers, and the HLS will be constructed by private businesses working in collaboration with NASA. By utilizing lunar resources to facilitate human exploration, the Artemis program also seeks to build a long-lasting presence on the Moon. This involves using the Moon's surface-found water ice, which may be used to create drinkable water, breathing oxygen, and rocket fuel. The majority of the water ice is found at the Moon's south pole, which NASA intends to study with a rover named the Volatiles Investigating Polar Exploration Rover, or VIPER. In addition to the other resources that can be utilized to enable human exploration, the VIPER will gather information on the location and amount of water ice. The Artemis program also intends to motivate the upcoming generation of scientists, engineers, and explorers, in addition to doing scientific research and making use of available resources. NASA is working with academic institutions, businesses, and other organizations to engage kids and inspire them to enter STEM areas as career options. These young individuals, referred to as the Artemis generation, will play a key role in the advancement of human space travel. Now, let's dive into more detail about the design of this moon base and construction techniques. The severe climate and requirement for self-sustainability present a unique set of obstacles for the design and construction of a lunar base. Making sure a moon base can resist the hostile lunar environment is among the most important design considerations. Extreme temperatures, radiation exposure, and a lack of atmosphere are features of the moon's environment. Researchers are creating novel construction materials that can resist the severe environment to lessen these difficulties. For instance, using binding agents and regolith, the dirt from the moon, 3D printing technology is being investigated to build buildings. This method could make it possible to build structures quickly and affordably. The station's self-sustainability is another crucial design consideration. The moon base must be able to manufacture its own resources in order to support human life, because it's too expensive to launch supplies and equipment from Earth. In situ resource utilization, or ISRU methods, are one approach to this. These methods entail taking materials from the lunar environment, like water ice or minerals, and processing them to produce items like oxygen, water, and rocket propellant. Using resources in situ lowers the cost of bringing supplies from Earth, allows for longer missions, and improves the sustainability of a moon station. The requirement for energy must be considered in the construction of a lunar station. Power generation and storage become crucial factors on the moon because there is not a reliable electrical system there. One alternative is solar power, which uses solar panels to generate electricity throughout the lunar day. Yet, the base must rely on its reserve of energy throughout the lunar night. Using regolith as a thermal mass is one method that shows promise. The regolith collects heat throughout the lunar day, which may subsequently be released during the night to provide electricity and warmth. Finally, the psychological and physical requirements of the human inhabitants must be taken into account while building a moon outpost. The environment on the moon is very different from that on Earth, since it lacks a natural landscape and a day-night cycle. Researchers are investigating the use of virtual reality technology to recreate familiar landscapes, such as woods or coastlines, and offer a sense of normalcy in order to solve this. Also, the usage of lighting systems that replicate Earth's day-night cycle may assist in controlling the circadian cycles of the human body and enhance well-being. Last but not least, the construction of NASA's lunar base represents an important turning point in human space travel. This enormous project, which should be finished by 2028, intends to increase human presence beyond Earth's orbit and may create new prospects for both space business and scientific study. With hope, passion, and a dedication to creating a better future for everybody, let's welcome this new age of space exploration. And with that, today's video comes to an end. Aren't we all excited about taking trips to the moon? We hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.